Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. We have successfully completed the lesson heredity from parents to progeny, isn't it? So, in today's session we are going to discuss the questions which are repeated from this chapter in the previous Olympiads and competitive exams. Okay. So, before going to assessment, let us briefly review the concepts which we have learned. What are analogous organs? The organs which are structurally different but functionally similar are known as analogous organs. What are allosomes? The pair of chromosomes which determine the sex of an individual are called allosomes. They are also called sex chromosomes. They are two types. How we can represent these allosomes? X and Y. What are autosomes? The chromosomes whose number are morphologically or similar in both males and females, they are called autosomes. They are also called as vegetative chromosomes. Okay. How many pairs of these autosomes are present in human? 22 pairs of autosomes. Out of 23 pairs, 22 pairs are autosomes. Next, what is an allele? An allele is an alternative form of gene that is located at the specific position on a specific chromosome. Okay. Then what is the dihybrid ratio? The Mendel's laws and all those things we have discussed now. What is the dihybrid ratio? The dihybrid ratio is the mating of an individual with different alleles of two traits. Okay. And in the evolution we come across embryological evidences. What are embryological evidences? As the embryos of organisms often appear similar at early stages, we commonly possess features of evolutionary ancestors. So, even extremely ancient ones also. There are remarkable similarities in the embryos of different animals from fish to man. And what is genotype? Genotype means the genetic makeup of an organism or a group of organisms with reference to a single trait, single character or set of traits or the entire complex of traits. Okay. Heterozygous. What is the meaning of heterozygous? Having dissimilar alleles of a single trait. For example, capital T small t, okay, it is a heterozygous. Homozygous means having identical alleles of single trait, that is capital T or small t, okay, which represents the tallness. Small t represents the dwarfness. What is heredity? The process of acquiring characters or traits from the parents is called as heredity. Then what are homologous organs? The organs which are structurally similar but functionally different are known as homologous organs. Okay. So, shall we proceed for the assessment? 1. The NEET MCET level previous contest questions. First question, who is known as father of genetics? Mendel, Darwin, Watson, Lamarck. Mendel. Mendel is considered as father of genetics. The sexual chromosomes will be represented as dash in males and as dash in females. Okay. XX, XY, option B, YY, XX, option C, XXX, XY, option D, XY, XX. Okay, this is the option D. In males, it is represented by X and Y, whereas in females, homozygous, double X. Okay. The scientist who defined the heredity basing on the giraffe, Charles Darwin, Lamarck, William Harvey, Beagle. Is the Jean Lamarck who explained use and disuse theory, okay, inheritance of acquired characters, isn't it? How giraffe was evolved. The scientist who proved that the bodily changes are not inherited. Who is that scientist? Charles Darwin, August Weismann, Jean Lamarck, William Harvey. Who? August Weismann. Okay. The changes which takes place in the germplasm only will be transferred to the next generation, but not the changes in the somatoplasm. That was the theory. Okay. The organisms which have the patagium skin folds is, among these organisms which possess this patagium: bat, owl, fish, aves, birds. Okay. That is bat, option A. The earliest human species lived in Australia, South America, Africa, North America. It is Africa. Okay. Slow and stable process, which is that? Evolution, quantity, mutation, variation. Evolution is a slow and a steady process, stable process. The change occurs suddenly or spontaneously is evolution, variation, mutation, genetic change. Okay. The sudden inheritable changes, they are called as mutations. C. The variations are quite apparent among closely related groups of organisms. Each parent passes randomly selected copy, that is allele, of only one of these alleles to its offsprings. So, you have to find out whether the statements are true or false, these two statements. Okay. This type of questions you have to read and understand and recall the concept which you have learnt. Okay. So, here the first statement, the variations are quite apparent among closely related groups of organisms. Yes, it is true. Okay. Each parent passes a randomly selected copy allele of only one of these alleles to its offsprings. This is also true. So, here both the statements are true. Okay. Next, in the Mendel's monohybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio in F2 generation is 2:1:1, 1:2:1, 3:1, 9:3:3:1. It is a monohybrid ratio. Phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Okay. Option C. Next, the genotype, the genotypic ratio in the F2 generation when crossing the tall and short plants, tall and dwarf plants, or what is the genotypic ratio of the monohybrid cross between homozygous tall pea plant with a homozygous dwarf pea plant, capital T, capital small t, small t. Okay. Homozygous means, so the cross between homozygous tall and homozygous dwarf plant, small t, small t. Okay. What is the genotypic ratio of monohybrid cross? 1:2:1, 3:1, 9:3:1, 1:2:3. So, the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. The genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. Okay. Means 1 capital T, 1 small t and 2 capital T small t. Okay. So, this is the genotypic ratio. Okay. Next, from which of the following F2 generation is produced? Parental generation, F3 generation, F1 generation, from F2 generation only. From F1 generation on selfing, this F2 generation is produced. Okay. So, C. The percentage of short character in F2 generation is produced. How much percentage? 100%, 75%, 50%, 25%. It is only 25%. Remaining 75% tall only. Okay. D. If the percentage of long plants is 75, then it should be represented in genotype, phenotype, general, or can't say. Here long plant 75% generally we can say. So, this is the phenotypic by seeing the height, okay, physical. According to Mendel, for one character there is a pair of traits, factors, alleles, homozygous. According to Mendel, for one character there is a pair of factors, contrasting characters they are called. Okay. Option B. Which of the following characters has not been selected by the Mendel in pea plant? Color of the seed coat, position of the flower, weight of the seed, length of the stem. Okay, he is not considered the weight of the seed, option C. Remaining all he has considered. The plants where the dominant character is maintained for successive generations is pure breed, crossbreed, heterozygous, dominants. Which one? Pure breed. Okay, capital T, tall, small t, that is dwarf. Okay, capital Y, yellow, small y, green. Okay. So, they are pure breed plants. Which of the following is not the reason for choosing of pea plant by Mendel for his experiments? Okay, which of the following is not the reason? Having bisexual flowers, annual plant, self pollination, not suitable for crossing. Okay, only this not suitable for crossing is the only thing which is not the reason. Okay. Observe the A and B statements and select the option. A, statement A, yellow color represented capital Y is pure breed. B, green color representing small y is also pure breed. Yes. Okay. Here the first statement is true and second statement is also true. Both A and B are true. Option A. In F1 generation, if capital Y is dominated over small y, then Y is called dash character, recessive, dominant, phenotype, genotype. It is a recessive because tallness is dominated, capital Y is dominating. Okay. So, it is recessive. Option A. If there are two identical factors for a character, it is called heterozygous, homozygous, allele, genetic form. It is a homozygous, two identical, that is capital T, small t, capital Y, two identical characters. So, such thing is called as a homozygous, such characters. Option B. Next, if there are two different factors for a character, it is called a heterozygous, homozygous, independent assorts, and dominant. Which one? It is a heterozygous. Option A. So, for example, capital T, small t, it is heterozygous. Capital Y, small y, heterozygous. Okay. Here terminology is very important, children. Question number 23. The pair of genes for each character is represented as heterozygous, homozygous, alleles, factors. They are alleles. The characters means alleles. Alleles nothing but genes. Okay. Option C. The passing of triads characters independently is known as law of dominance, law of segregation, formula of gene factor, law of independent assortment. Law of independent assortment. Okay. Simple. Option D. The law which states that among two factors one is passed to or expressed in the progeny is called law of dominance, law of segregation, formula of gene factor, law of independent assortment. Which one? Law of dominance, because among two factors one is passed to or expressed in the progeny, that is called as dominant. Okay. Law of dominance, option A. The recessive of one allele, okay, from both the parents is called law of dominance, law of segregation, formula of gene factor, law of independent assortment. It is the law of segregation. Receiving of one allele character from both parents, okay, it is called a law of segregation. Option B. The characters that transmit from parent to offspring are genetic characters, heritable characters, heredital characters, intellect, cleverness. Which one? Heritable characters. Option B. The transmission of characters or traits from parents to offspring is called heredity, inheritance, hair, respect of family. Which one? It is heredity. It is a study of transmission of characters from parent to offsprings. Okay. So, this is option A. 29. The sex of a female child is determined by X chromosome in a sperm, X chromosome in an ovum, Y chromosome in an ovum, Y chromosome in a sperm. Y chromosome in a sperm. 29. Next, if Y chromosome in sperm combines or fertilizes the X chromosome ovum, then XY combination is formed, which is a boy child. Okay. Oh, here the question is the sex of a female child. Okay. So, here the answer is X chromosome of a sperm, X chromosome in a sperm. Okay. Change the female combination X X, okay, the X ovum fertilized by X sperm, then XX combination is formed, which represents the girl child. The allele or factor which were named by Mendel are known as genes, heritable factors, traits. Which one? Genes. Okay. Allele are also called factors, are also called genes. A. The Origin of Species is written by Charles Darwin, Baptist Lamarck, Charles Lyell, Gregor John Mendel. Charles Darwin wrote the book Origin of Species. Okay. Evolution. His evolution theory is also taken from this Origin of Species. Okay. Option A. Next, 32. The structure of DNA is spherical, double helix, straight, circular, double helix. Okay. So, what is the double helix structure, children? It is a helix, single helix. It is double helix structure. Who proposed this double helix structure of DNA? Watson and Crick. Okay. Option B. The scientist who discovered the structure of DNA is Watson, Crick, both. Both. Okay, just now we have discussed option C. The number of autosomes in human beings: 23 pairs of chromosomes, 22 pairs of chromosome, 1 pair, 46 pairs. Okay, autosomes 22 pairs. Okay, option B. Next, the allosomes in the male is XX, XXX, XY, XO. It is XY because in the males. Okay, the last pair of chromosomes, 23 pairs are autosomes, and the last pair, 23rd pair, it is called as allosomes. The combination of allosome in the male, XY. The fly on which Morgan experimented, T.H. Morgan, he did so many experiments on a fly. Musca domestica, Apis mellifera, Onetheria, Drosophila, melanogaster. Okay, this is the fly on which Morgan conducted some experiments. Okay. D. The small changes in the frequency of gene in small population is called genetic change, alleles, natural selection, genetic drift. It is the genetic drift, option D. The total number of chromosomes in human beings is 23 pairs, 22 pairs, 1 pair, 12 pairs, 23 pairs. Okay. A. Find out one which regard to DNA, adenine, guanine, uracil. Here find the odd one with regard to DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid. So these are the nitrogen bases: adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. Here uracil is also mentioned. So which one? Odd one is uracil. Okay, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine. These are actually the bases which are present, nitrogen bases which are present in the DNA. Uracil is present in the RNA. Okay. The scientist who proposed the evolution theory at first: Charles Darwin, August Weismann, Alfred Russel Wallace, Jean Lamarck. Who proposed the first? Jean Lamarck. Okay. Inheritance of acquired characters. Option D. Identify the correct pair: Gregor John Mendel, law of segregation; Jean Baptiste Lamarck, natural selection; Charles Darwin, inheritance of acquired characters; August Weismann, population theory. So here correct pair you have to identify. Gregor John Mendel, law of segregation. Okay. Jean Baptiste Lamarck, this is wrong. Charles Darwin, inheritance of acquired characters, this is also wrong. August Weismann, population theory, this is also wrong. So option A. So actually Jean Baptiste Lamarck, he proposed he is not considered with the natural selection, inheritance of acquired characters, use and disuse theory. Charles Darwin, natural selection, that is survival of the fittest, the natural selection. Okay. August Weismann, okay, he proposed another theory. Population theory was proposed by Malthus. Okay. So option A. The scientist who proved incorrectness of the theory of Lamarck by cutting the tails of rats, the scientist who studied on rats by cutting their tails is Charles Darwin, Alfred Russel Wallace, Huxley, August Weismann. Who children? August Weismann. Okay. Next, the tadpole larva of frog resembles the fish. It is an evidence. Which evidence? Embryological evidence, paleontological evidence, morphological evidence, biochemistry. It is embryological evidence. Okay. The propounder of natural selection is August Weismann, Charles Darwin, Malthus, Charles Lyell. Charles Darwin. Okay. The scientist who proposed the theory of population is Malthus, Charles Darwin, Charles Lyell, Weismann, Malthus. The scientists who suggested the geological changes occurred in a uniform rate: Malthus, Charles Darwin, Charles Lyell, Weizmann. He is the Charles Lyell who proposed that the geological changes occurred in a uniform rate. In humans, the chromosomes present in the sperms may be 22 plus X, 22 plus Y, 22 plus XY, 22 plus XX. Which one is correct combination? Which one is correct combination, children? In human beings means here we have to consider both males and females. So, this one is correct and this one 22 plus XY combination, 22 plus XX. 22 plus XY combination is in the males, 22 plus XX combination in the females. So, option D. The scientist who also proposed, like Darwin, that the new organisms formed due to the natural selection. Who is that? T.S. Huxley, Alfred Russel Wallace, Charles Lyell, August Weizmann. Alfred Russel Wallace. Okay, both of them proposed the theory of natural selection. Okay, 48, option B. Next, the small changes within the species are called macroevolution, variation, mutation, microevolution. Small changes. So, it is a microevolution, option D. The changes occurred in large species and forming of new species is called macroevolution, variation, mutation, microevolution. It is a macroevolution. Okay, children, there are some of the questions from this chapter, heredity from parent to progeny. Okay, hope you followed. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.